Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness. As a warning, this is a mature game and explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, drug use, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries. We collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our Zoom chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can come back to an episode when or if you feel ready, or skip ahead to the next one if that's what you so choose. So it's time to thank our sponsors. First up is Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these awesome Calvin dice boxes. You can hear like all my vampire dice rolling around in there. And they have like leather bits on the top, so if you want, you can use them as a dice rolling tray. That was a horrible roll. I'm not keeping that. You can go to Instagram, to Mikhail Artoria on Instagram. I'll have the link in the chat. You can go over there and throw some money at him. And he also does like Changeling dice boxes, which our Changeling game has, and a bunch of other clans, etc., that are available. So, and Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you. From actual play production to tabletop game development, they're a one-stop shop for all your creative needs. Investing in World of Darkness streaming community helps keep channels like this one online and thriving, and they greatly appreciate any love you can share with them on their Patreon or various media platforms. The links will be in the chat. And Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game, from dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens. Each piece is created on site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen, and I've got the Gangrel one. So, Gangrel's the best clan. If you disagree, you're just plain wrong, honestly.
I mean,
Just wrong.
for all the good they are, we haven't really found any.
No, you found a bunch of them.
Oh, right. I ate one.
You also got knocked the fuck
They are
out by
good.
one. And Roll for Adventure. Adventure Dice is your Canadian source for dice, role playing game accessories, and other tabletop gaming goodies. Many of the items on their site are handcrafted in beautiful British Columbia, which is where this storyteller is broadcasting from. They're a husband and wife team, and they want to share their love for tabletop gaming with the world. Between the two of them, they've been playing RPGs for over 40 years. They love telling stories, and they're dedicated to creating gaming spaces that are safe, accessible, and welcoming to everyone. So go check out their link over there. I believe there's still time to get the dice, and that particular word has jumped out of my brain. It's the
Advent calendar.
That's the one. Yeah, you could probably still get an advent calendar if they have some of them available, which are awesome. I've seen the behind the scenes pictures of them putting them together. They look amazing. You should definitely get one. And it's time to introduce our vampires. First up is Abigail.
Hello, my name is Joanna. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Abigail for you today. Pronouns also she, her. And Abigail is your techie Tremere who is pretty much not going to get out of this earthquake alive. She's pretty convinced. Oops.
Vincent.
Hey everybody, I'm Joe, better known as DJ Torador, Nolafanger on Twitter, and I'm playing Baron Vincent of Clan Bruja, second best clan after the Roses. Oops, I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me.
That was a general overall point.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Also repeating that, still playing Baron Vincent, the Bruja, second best clan after the Roses. Well, third best clan.
After the
Yeah.
Gangrel and the Roses, yeah.
It's Roses. the Ventru, and the Bruja, and then number 6 is probably Gangrel. But yeah, playing Vincent, and yeah, he loves everybody. He's cool, wholesome lover of anime, fighting people, breaking spines and skulls if necessary, and just an okay guy.
Next up, Mordecai.
Pat. Mordecai, he, him, or Michael, he, him, playing Mordecai, also he, him, who is very disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Jude.
Hey, my name is Sara, and I'll be playing Prince Jude Duncan of Clan Tremere, she, her for the both of us. I can't wait to see what is going on in Vancouver right now. I've been thinking about it all week, and I'm very interested to see what the outcome will be. Also, we all know that Tremere is the best clan because no press is bad press. Sorry about it, Salat. Sucks to suck.
Wow. Tossing the Salubri directly underneath the Kindred bus on that one. And last but certainly not least, over here, down below me, right beside the closed captioner, is Duran.
Happy Time Zone viewers. My name is Cliff. I'll be playing Duran Giovanni tonight. Both of us are he, him, his, stuff like that. Mostly confused, but you know what? Been faking it this long. I think Duran can continue just pushing forward. And we all know that Giovanni drive that bus.
Straight off a cliff.
Hey now.
Oh. Ooh.
Wait, in that case, it would be straight over the cliff. Either way, Cliff generally ends up under the bus in private conversations with us. He enjoys it. He's
Sometimes.
got a little
It's-
cushion area down there.
Yeah, there are pillows and drapes. And, you know, it's smells of oil, but that's okay. It's dark and shady down there.
So, when last we saw these particular vampires on screen last week, which you can see if you go over to the YouTube over there, they were having a bit of an announcement at the Elysium. I'll let you guys figure that out by watching the episode. But then they went to go and see their doppelgangers, who they had seen several days before. They came back to the pool in Stanley Park, which is a concrete pool that is one of the locations that they were given by the local changelings, Baroness Newanite. She asked them to go check out that location along with a couple others, but the last time they were there, a few nights previous, they met their doppelgangers from what seems to be a different Requiem-like dimension, and they decided all collectively to come back at the previous game night to talk with them and try to see if they could sort some things out, see just how divergent these two particular dimensions happen to be. But at the end of that particular episode, there was a bunch of attempts to do things with various supernatural powers. There was a psychic premonition thing going on, and then there was a attempt to use some oblivion powers to do something similar at the same time as one of their counterparts was using it. This resulted in an earthquake. So that's where we're going to pick up this particular episode. So after everyone is feeling an earthquake, this does not feel you can't really put your finger on it, but as a supernatural creature, you have felt earthquakes in Vancouver before. Earthquakes fairly regularly happen in Vancouver. Most of them are fairly minor, like a 1 something on the Richter scale. It's just like the hanging potted plant is kind of swinging. You can feel like it's a little bit of an earthquake. It's not not anything to concern yourself with. This would probably be, give or take, about a 4 on the Richter scale. This is definitely something that is noticed, and you can hear off in the distance because this particular part of Stanley Park is fairly close to, I'm going to say civilization, but it's the West End, so I wouldn't really say that necessarily. You can hear off in the distance, there's car alarms that are going off, and there's lights that are kind of going out across the bay. There's certain like sections of Vancouver that seemingly have lost power. Coincidentally enough, in the various premonitions that you all saw, there was one particular part which seemed to be in near the art gallery that had been investigated by the Tremere slash Hekata Alliance. That particular area seems to have gone completely just blacked out. There doesn't seem to be that pillar of black smoke that you witnessed before, but it's like a power outage in that particular area. So that's where we're going to pick up this particular episode. So everybody was kind of, I won't say damaged. Nobody took any superficial damage or anything, but you've all kind of been a bit unsteady on your feet. Duran, I believe you just fell over entirely with your doppelganger. And yeah, that seems to have been something that happened.
Storyteller.
That's me.
The pillars of black smoke that Abigail saw were in her premonition. Is she actually seeing them in real life now?
You are not. Because one of them actually erupted from the pool that you were standing beside when you put your hand in it. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Like you could definitely look around and see that there's a little bit of structural damage to the concrete around the pool, but the pool doesn't seem to be like leaking out or anything. It just, everything seems kind of fine that way.
Is there a reaction from the doppelgangers? Like they experienced a similar thing?
I'm glad you asked. So, you look around to the doppelgangers, and they all seem to be in different positions than what they were before. And they all kind of look like Nosferatu.
Abigail turns to Jude and just says, "Then are they the same ones we saw just a few moments ago?"
Yes, we were here a few moments ago, says the Abigail doppelganger Nosferatu.
But you don't look the same.
That's rude.
What happened? No, I mean, you said that you were Maquette. That was the
No, you said that you were Maquette. We're all Nosferatu. It sounds weird.
Oh shit.
The name
Am I
of our
still close
coterie.
enough to mine?
The name of the coterie is like the Jude Brood.
Okay, but you have Nosferatu. What other clans do you
name.
have?
Well, we have like,
Rapid
like-
ego.
I don't know, technically 13-ish clans, roughly.
Oh,
Nobody really counts the Salubri because fuck those guys, right?
what about the Tremere?
What about the Tremere?
Are they active in
Actively
Vancouver?
assholes, yeah.
All right, at least they're all still alive, mostly. Maybe.
Jude,
Yeah.
do I take anything you say they look like Nosferatu? Do I take in anything specific about Jude's appearance?
The doppelganger Jude looks like kind of like you, the way you look. Like there's the shaved part of the head, and what there is of hair is kind of like almost attempted to be poofed up, but it's extremely thin and scraggly.
Yeah.
and there's like the Nosferatu bat ears and kind of the sunken eyes, and there's like two teeth in the front,
God.
kind of like it almost looks like the front teeth are kind of aimed towards each other, but they're like pointed.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Um,
I don't want to look.
um, oh no, you don't want to look.
Oh no.
Did you all just feel something like ground shaking, earthquake styles?
Well, yeah, it was an earthquake. Obviously, it would happen when our Duran tried to do the same magical bullshit as your Duran.
I think, and Jude like looks around to this coterie and is like, I think that caused like another version of Vancouver. Like that was the ones before were like in a different like dimension or reality, and I think like the earthquake like hit a button and randomized the dimension again, and so now this is a different version. So
Well, they just said that they thought that we were Maquette. So I think that
No,
they
you told us that you were Maquette.
whatever. So I think that they met a version of us that was similar to the version that we met secondary. And so they think we're them, and we think that they're the other ones. Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me, but I'm
I understand what you're saying. I think storyteller, do
That's
I
me.
have cell phone service?
You do, but
Okay.
ordinarily Jude would probably have like Telus or Rogers or one of the main carriers that are up here. This, like, when you look at your phone to see if you have cell phone service, the symbol for your cell phone service is actually changed.
So
Give me
Jude
one sec.
looks at the Jude looks at the little symbol and looks up back to the coterie, and she's like, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
So what's going on? Is it like Back to the Future / Judge Dredd type of shit?
maybe
Nah.
wait a second.
That symbol actually looks like this now.
Oh,
What happened to Tellus?
bother.
I'm
the
connecting
fuck?
out of character knowledge. No shit. Fuck, Steve. Damn it.
Um,
Note
Wait,
to,
are we in a different dimension now?
so
too.
well, yes, that's what I'm thinking. So, and Abigail turns around. Do I see one or two of the Seattle Space Needles cooler or younger uncool brother?
You only see the one.
I only see the one. Okay. So I think that we're in a different dimension as well. I think Jude's right. I think that this is weird, but it's still not the same dimension that our original doppelgangers were in. Because, and Abigail points in the distance. There's only one of the tower,
So
and they
magic
had
is back.
two.
Sorry, Mordecai, what was that?
The magic is back.
I mean,
Magic
it wasn't
us
intentional in the
back.
first place, so
Do
I
your
don't know that we
magic
can.
wand, whatever you do, thing.
That's
They're-
not how this works.
They're not Hogwarts kids. They're just blood mages.
Okay. Okay. So Jude is gonna continue to look at her phone. Is Gretchen in my contacts list here?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to text Gretchen
Okay.
and say, hey, did you feel that earthquake? Are you okay? Where are you?
Fine. Felt it at sandwich shop.
So Jude looks at everybody again. Okay, Sandwich and Gretchen are still existing right now here. So there's at
Abigail,
least that.
I think Abigail's going to send a text message to Cassius saying, "Is everything okay? Stuff is really weird. Convergence, etc."
Abigail would also notice that the symbol for Tellus is different.
Yeah. So Abigail sends that to Cassius, who I assume is in her contacts still. Okay.
He is. You get back fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
Abigail just leaves it. She doesn't actually answer. She doesn't even know what to answer. She's not going to bother Cassius anymore because there's obviously he has no idea what's going on.
And Jude looks back at the Nosferatu variety of the coterie. Jude's Brood, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great film by Cronenberg, The Brood. If you haven't seen that, check that out. It's gross. Am I Jude? Are you Prince?
Yeah.
Okay, so that seems kind of consistent across dimensional lines.
Is it though?
Do you have other information to contradict that?
Well, one would probably assume that, with all the changes, that would probably eventually be one of them, right?
Well, yeah, that does stand to reason, but the two iterations that I have seen, and including our dimension that we normally come from, which is not the one that we are currently in right now. Abigail, remind me, you didn't ever tell the coterie about that premonition you had long ago about Jude with the crown and the
I'm sorry.
Abigail never told. So I'm assuming this conversation is happening out of character because Abigail
Correct.
never
This
told
is out of character.
anybody.
This is out of character.
Yeah.
I'm
Abigail
making
never
sure
told
I don't
anyone.
have that information in character. Okay,
No, you do
that's
not.
fine. I'm not bringing that up then. I just couldn't remember if that was ever shared. Okay, so back to in character. So what do we do here?
Storyteller,
That's me.
I am going to rouse my manipulation.
Okay.
I'm going to rouse check. And I'm going to basically bite the tongue, lick the lick the snake, spread it over, and then whisper in the serpent's ear, conducting imminence of set. Sorry, the
Serpents don't have ears.
whisper of the sands.
Okay.
And I'm basically communicating with Diana and Mercy and Alexia and Trinity with a Y, but not where you think. To basically just murmur into it. Text me the moment you hear this. Tell me your location and that you are safe.
Practically immediately, you get like 4 different text messages, all saying mansion safe.
I spent extra money to make sure it wouldn't fall down. Good. All right. My imminent issues are safe. So we have, and at this point, I force myself, Mordecai forces himself to look at not Mordecai.
He's fucking hideous.
Of course he is.
He
Motherfucker.
Whereas Nosferatu generally kind of develop the kind of bat-ish ears, bat-like snouts, etc. The person that was standing beside you earlier was a, you know, practically the same doppelganger as what you are looking at. And this one, it same kind of suit, only it's a little more tattered, a little more beat up. But it looks like their head itself has developed into a giant bat ear.
Well, okay. Yeah, let's figure this out.
Yeah, probably we should. Yeah.
Seal this rift or something. Get you back to where you need to be.
Is Duran up yet? Like, is he back up on his feet?
Yeah, he probably would have gotten up and dusted himself off by now.
So Abigail turns to Duran and says, "So whatever I did with my premonition, it showed me things, but it didn't do. The earthquake didn't start. It started with whatever it was. I guess that you were trying to do. I'm not sure what it was. Not familiar. Do you know what's going on, Duran?
No.
Neither
Is
do I.
there?
What I was trying to do was the same thing you were doing. Invoke a premonition. That was simple as that. Now, you are stating that the earthquake did not come from what you were doing.
Well, that's not necessarily the case.
See, how do you know it did not? Because an earthquake may not happen immediately upon doing it. It might have come from both of us doing it, or either one of us. Who's to say? As far
There's
as
no, I'm not blaming. I'm simply asking if there's something that you, because I wasn't sure what you did. I'm not familiar with what you're able to do. I wasn't sure if something that you were doing with your doppelganger may have perhaps been a trigger or something like that, because
there is also that we both occupied the same space while trying to do it. There are a number of different things that could have caused this earthquake. The fact that we have shifted a reality connection here, that there is a third, possibly a fourth, means there is probably digging into string theory and quantum and all that fun, confusing stuff, an infinite number. So see, there will be ones in which we are probably not even alive or not familiar to each other. Ones where the prince is not the prince. There will be all sorts of them. So far, we have a very tiny slice of encounter. I am still trying to figure out how to react to this. I am not very sure what can be done or should be done.
The doppelganger Duran, who is dressed in the exact same suit, turns to you and goes, maybe it was a combination of all three things. We did the same thing at the same time, in the same space, but then Abigail before that did. It could be, maybe we should stop using such powers in close proximity to this particular reality connection.
Possible. And it is possible that at the same time that two Durans and two Abigails did the same thing. Obviously, other Durans and Abigails did an identical step. Because if you're saying that you were talking with Duran, who was a Maquette, and we were talking with the Duran who was Maquette, that is not the same Duran who is a Maquette. So obviously, there are multiple Durans who are Maquettes.
Maybe
because if he were talking to you and I at the same time, he would bring up the fact that he were talking to two of us instead of just one.
I also did the same thing at the same time. Apparently, since we fell over beside each other in the same space. So maybe it was many multiples of Duran in the same space doing stuff at the same time, which resulted in this.
That is a possibility. I'm going to look at who did I bring along? Oh, John and Josephine. my two spirit companions of the evening out of the small crowd that I have.
You mean Jack and Josephine? Because the one that would be John looks slightly different.
Oh, sorry, Jacob and Josephine.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
he is now Jack. Looks
So
slightly
he
different.
looks slightly different. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It looks like he's kind of the same person. Maybe just little teeny tiny things that Duran would notice that are kind of off in their appearance. Like the hair parted in a different spot.
Slightly different. Or even just the thread patterns in what he's wearing.
Yeah.
Would be like, okay, wait. That is not the shirt you were wearing half an hour ago.
When I died. Kind of was,
See.
yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, and Jude turns to the Nosferatu coterie and says, okay, in your version of stuff right now, what is like the major threat that is going on to Vancouver? Like, what's your number one problem right now?
Well, we had a Sabbat attack. That was
Okay, we did
weird.
too.
Yeah, we we've been kind of spending the last couple of weeks cleaning up from that. Then like Charlie tried to take Principship.
Charlie, like
Yeah,
Malkavian Charlie?
yeah.
There, so
Why do I know that name?
and
That was the
are,
other
are and Cassandra, Harley, Elena, are they over there too in Vancouver?
Well, not so much Elena.
What about Charlotte?
Charlotte. Yeah, she's Nosferatu too.
Huh. Okay. Okay. But nothing after the Sabbat attack in terms of like supernatural weirdness.
Just a bunch of this shit.
So
I mean, this is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
what had you encountered under the Heffel Fine Art Auction House, or if you might call it something differently? I'm going to look at the Nos Duran and go, so spirits.
Hmm.
I'm going to throw up Oblivion Sight. Has he got spirits with him?
Yeah.
And they look much like the pair I've got, only different.
The Jacob that he's got on his side looks like the Jacob that you had.
Ooh. Yes, swapped.
Un momento. So I'm going to turn to the Jacob on my side and say, where did we first encounter each the other?
Wait, she can't hear me, can she?
No.
Right. Yes, that one right there killed me.
Which one's he pointing at?
Jude.
No, that's Bartholomew that happened.
So they swapped clothes.
Oh no, that was more than just a swap. Okay. And then I'm going to look across at the other one, and I'm going to look directly at their Jacob and go, Heffel Fine Art Auction House. See?
See. Wait. No, I can't see it from here. That's...
No, but that is where you, Jacob, expired.
Yes.
Okay, so somehow, and I'm going to look at the other Duran, you have my spirits on your side, and I have perhaps your spirits on this side.
He like looking around like,
do you know the Heffel Fine Art Auction House?
Yeah, see, we there was Bally. It's bullshit.
See, dead
Pyramid
people underneath.
stuff. Yes.
Do you deal with spirits? Do you talk with them?
occasionally.
See, we met several spirits under there. Josephine, Jacob. There was a third one. Russell, who I do not have with me tonight.
Mm,
Your Jacob was met in under the auction house. The Jacob I have with me now was not. So either the spirits have, again, in an infinite number of universes, this does not guarantee that these are our universes that have swapped, but either your spirits and my spirits have switched realities. Your Jude brood and our Sundown Appreciation League and Book Club have swapped realities.
Wait.
Or there's just some. Okay, and I'm going to turn to the rest of this coterie, my coterie, and say, okay, does anyone have any indication that this is not where we're supposed to be?
Yes, and Jude produces her phone and and shows Duran the
No,
altered
do not
symbol.
show me. Show them. Is that a symbol they recognize?
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. So Jude is gonna show her phone to other Jude. Does this symbol? Do you have this?
That's Tellus. Everybody knows that.
Is that the same symbol, though, that they use? The same logo that the Tellus on your
If you would
world
be so
uses?
kind as to check your phone for the symbol for your Tellus.
They hold up their phone, and it's the same symbol.
Okay.
So you are in the right place.
But we are not.
Maybe. I'm going to try a summon spirit.
Okay.
Using pulling out Jacob's fetter, which is the cell phone,
Okay.
and attempting to. Yeah, the shroud is actually thin enough that potentially
The shroud is ridiculously thin here.
ridiculously stupidly thin.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
going to try
we fucked
to
around and
summon
found out,
him
is what you're saying?
from the other side of that very thin to see if he, from standing over by the other Duran, if he comes over to pick it up and do the quick little ceremonial bit to summon him.
Okay. Vincent, I believe you were about to say something.
Vincent will pull out a hacky sack and try to do hacky sack with Nos Vincent.
Okay. Give me a dex in athletics. It's like dancing. If you put it out there, I'm going to make you roll for it.
Yep. I would like to just use Sense the Unseen to just see if I get anything in this.
Give me a
other
wits and aspects
reality.
for the Sense the Unseen.
Yeah.
Where are we in relation to the limo?
If you look to where the limo was parked, it's still there.
I'm going over to the limo.
It's bright pink, but it's there.
Crit 4.
4 successes.
6.
6 successes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
you
bright pink.
pull out the hacky sack, you throw it up in the air, you kick it. It seems like it's almost on instinct that the Nosferatu Vincent, something's flying up in the air. They played hacky sack a lot. They, kick it back, and it actually stays up in the air when they kick it back.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Abigail,
that didn't work that way when we tried that before.
you tried this before?
Well, with the handshake, with the secret Vincent handshake stuff.
Oh.
We didn't drive the pink limo.
Wait, do it now, dude.
Yeah, it's actually like, it's almost as if you can actually grasp onto them Like it's not going through even remotely as easily as it used to. So it's
Baron,
actually
Yes.
Baron, be careful, because you don't want to be stuck over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that going to come down, Nos Vince?
sorry, is Nas sorry, is Nas Vincent what?
Is that hacky sack going to come down? Or is it just stuck there?
No, it actually like you kicked it over to them and then they
Mhm.
kicked it and then it stayed up in the air and kind of went back to like everybody was kind of shocked, so it kind of hit the ground, but it was just
Oh,
like there was a return like kick.
okay. Mm.
We
Okay.
didn't take the pink limo.
No, we didn't. So just another piece of evidence to pretty much confirm that we're not in the same reality that we came from.
What
Now,
does my
here's the
mercy look
question.
like?
This Mercy looks the same.
Even if she's a Nazgul? I thought they started picking up attributes.
Doesn't
Cool.
seem that way.
How did I get involved with this? Like,
So this is the question now. Do we try to do something right now in order to get back to our reality, or do
Yes.
we okay?
Do we?
Do we want to be sitting here in limbo forever?
That's what I'm saying. Are we trying to go back, or are we trying to get an assessment of the situation that's going on here and seek additional help in order to get us back in a safer fashion instead of the ununderstandable convergence that just occurred?
Whatever we're going to do, we should do it quickly, because the longer that we stay here, the bigger the chances that we're going to attract the Garu, and then that's
Oh,
just
I
going to be a
know.
bigger mess. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to try what we can to trigger something again, maybe another earthquake or whatever, or
Duran,
ideas?
So first of all, I got 3 successes on the summon spirit ritual to basically, hold out the cell phone and say, Jacob, I need you to touch your fetter.
So you're holding it in your hand.
Yeah, which Jacob steps forward to touch it.
They both do. But when they kind of converge and meet, and then there's like you see a kind of a black swirl develop around them, and they both disappear.
I did not mark this.
That was
return
weird,
to
yeah.
Sender.
And then
okay,
your vision kind of kicks in for abyssal sight, and you see in the cell phone, you can get a feeling that this is your Jacob in the cell phone. And the other Duran kind of like looks at their cell phone and they're like, is yours back?
I think so.
I think so too. This is starting to get weird.
Starting to get weird. I would like to also mention that what will we do to get back to our reality if this is not our reality? Are we going to spin the chamber again, even though it holds one shell out of an infinite number of chambers? Have you seen, it is an older TV show, but it holds up in this case. Have you seen Sliders and how many seasons they took? Or
oh yes,
Leap?
the squeaky fence, the fence door that
yes.
they
See.
oiled it. Oh, you have that there as well.
Yes.
Oh right, yes. So they missed
Such
their
a shame that they cut it off after the first season.
It went 3 or 4 seasons
Oh,
here.
No, we
Uh,
were inflicted with more seasons than just the one.
See,
Oh,
it wasn't so bad.
I don't know this
Quantum
one. I've
Leap is
never
another
heard of
one.
this in my
It
life.
is a randomness thing.
Oh, boy.
It is. I have no suggestions. I could tear a hole in the veil. I don't know where we would go. Would that take us across to their world? Would it take us into the Shadowlands? Would it take us into the Wraithlands? Would it take us into another reality? I don't know. I am not willing to take the chance unless we all agree that it is to be done. It is
Storyteller,
also
what
a
did I
very
get with?
costly thing.
Yeah. What did I get for my sentient scene? I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Well, you
Yeah.
close off your senses to the mundane world, and they expand to the supernatural, and you can see there's something kind of bubbling near the surface of the pool. It is like kind of an inky jet black. It doesn't seem to be raising up as much as the premonition that Abigail had, but it was not there before, and you can see that everyone is in certain respects that they are all vampires, and you can see kind of there's the cell phone that is still in Duran's hand that is kind of lit up. There's kind of like a black kind of mixture that seems to be around it, but everything seems like it should be in the right place, as right places things could possibly get. And as a point of storyteller clarification for another point, for Mordecai, the mercy that you're looking at the limo, that's not a Nosferatu ghoul. It is the ghoul that you have on this reality, because you wouldn't have been able to see their mercy, because that would be too far out of the kind of haze, supernatural mist zone that you wandered into last episode.
Right. But we didn't take the pink limo, though.
You did not.
This is why I was thinking we get out of here in terms of the park so we don't encounter any potential guru danger, because who knows what kind of agreement or not agreement is going on right now. We seek help basically from someone that's already in our circle or that perhaps knows something. And you know what? I keep thinking that maybe a mage would know something about this.
That's probably true. I wonder if those mages that we spoke to last time to get some help might be in this reality as well.
That's what I'm saying. So it could be a mage. I mean, that's something that comes to mind immediately, but I'm thinking we basically leave here and seek help from the people in our circle that are seemingly existing here. Sandwich is here, Gretchen is here, Cassius is here, so that gives us a start.
Should we, the other Jude pipes up, the Nosferatu Jude on the other side goes, should we, meet back here at some other time? Share notes?
24 hours?
Yeah,
24 hours?
24, 48, somewhere, I don't know, like...
Coterie Prime, would you say 24 hours for them to come back and meet us? Does that sound like enough time to get some information?
Storyteller, what time of night is it?
It's
Actually,
probably,
that's a good point.
yeah, it's probably around midnight, because the Elysium didn't take too long.
Okay. Yeah, I guess just tomorrow night, yeah.
Well, and I'd also like to have a conversation with some changelings if we can find some, because
Yes.
this is their place. I'm thinking that they probably know more about it than we do.
That was my next thought. Is try to find a changeling and see what they know. Oh, also, just for the sake of transparency, I took a look, over everything with my special senses. There is some kind of inky blackness hovering on the top of the water here on the pool that definitely
Oh.
wasn't there before.
Well,
Don't know what it
um,
is, but
so in all the hustle and bustle of everything that's been happening, I didn't get a chance to tell you what I actually saw when I touched the water.
oh yeah. What did you see?
There were spiraling columns of black smoke um, coming from the Fine Art Auction House and coming from Park Vancouver and here and somewhere in North Van as well, and all converging onto Storyteller. I believe it's Park Vancouver that it's all converging into.
Yes, and as a storyteller point of clarification, the Park Vancouver one was kind of like it was a different color. It was like yellow and gold and kind of an orangish, kind of twirly, spirally mess.
Abigail relays that information as well. So I don't know if that's a future thing or if that's a thing that's unseen right now, but you saying that there's black inky stuff on the water might be the start of that.
See,
We may be
affirmation
causing
usually
it.
means it is something that is coming along.
Well-
So I am not surprised that I saw much the same. I'm not surprised that it is growing.
So
And Storyteller, that doesn't the inky blackness that I saw, does that suggest like the abyss, like Oblivion to me, or would I
Possibly.
know?
Give me a intelligence and occult roll.
Because I mean, we've had some
There has been
like
some
experience with that.
Yeah, there's been some experience with it, but for the most part, it's been focused through the lens that is Duran Giovanni.
Right. Oh my
Also,
gosh, just
the
trash.
closed captioner just brutalized Duran Giovanni.
There it looked good though. Sort
One
of.
word.
I got 2.
It actually said Durango Bunny.
Terrible.
2 successes. This
Yeah.
isn't anything like you know that when you turn off Sense the Unseen, it wasn't there. But when you turn it on, it doesn't look like the water itself is like it. You have to kind of really kind of concentrate when you're looking at it. Try to like unfocus and then refocus your eyes. But the water itself is staying the same, but it's just the inky jet blackness that seems to be bubbling up on the other side. The
Okay.
Nosferatu Vincent goes to Vincent Prime, I guess we'll call it that.
hmm
Wait. I gotta ask. Are you Keeper of Elysium over there?
Don't insult me. No.
How is that an insult? The cam is mother, the cam is father.
Ugh,
Well,
you just lost a bunch of cool points.
Oh,
Are there no anarchs over there?
no. Yeah, there's like the Anarch Free States with the Los Angeles and whatever.
But not in Vancouver.
Yeah, everybody else is cam. Everybody knows that.
Oh shit, this is a
Mm.
really fucked up reality then.
Mm,
Wonderful.
mm,
sounds
mm.
divine.
Gee,
No.
I like it. Probably good for business.
So that's a no then?
All these responses track so much, it's cracking me up.
That is a huge no. I am not a fucking keeper of Elysium in a fucking Cam City.
No, wait, what are you then?
I am the Baron of Surrey.
Wait, is Baron like a different title in the cam over there?
No.
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 Really? What is it then?
They're anarchs.
Yes.
You guys have a lot of anarchs.
Yes.
And
Don't
the
say.
Baron is one of our favorites.
Huh. Anarchs, you
Like
say?
Vincent Prime is just like slack jawed, just uh, ugh, ugh. I don't ever want to be Cam again.
Okay,
Ever.
okay.
Maybe we should make
We gotta get out of here. I feel like we gotta leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I'm
like
gonna
it
see
here
how
now.
we go.
Feels
Well,
much more civilized.
I would
Well,
love
no,
to
no,
not
that's
get
over
my head ripped
there.
off.
That's over there, Mordecai. We don't know if that's the situation over here. Actually, Baron, before we go, do you think you might want to give Cody a call and find out if you're still an Anarch Baron? I know that it sounds really, really a horrible thing, but I don't know how far we've actually gone strayed from our own reality.
Storyteller,
Well,
That's me.
give Frank a call.
You give Frankie a call? Okay. Hello.
Franklin,
Yes.
you sound chipper,
Do I?
more chipper than usual.
I wouldn't say so.
Tell me, I have a young neonate on the speaker next to me. They're learning the ropes. Tell me who the keeper is, just so they know.
I'm the keeper of Elysium, obviously.
Yes, and you're humor me, my friend. It's been a
Hmm.
long time. It's been a long night. Your clan?
Oh, Toreador, obviously.
Excellent. Of course, yes. Yes. See, you see?
Why would
There it
I
is.
not be a Toreador?
Well, exactly. Thank you. Please resume your duties. We'll be in touch.
Oh,
Oh,
I
actually, wait a minute.
suppose.
One other question. Who's the prince?
Jude is the prince,
Of course
obviously.
she is. Yes.
Are you
She is
okay, Mordecai?
Did
Did you drink?
I am.
Did you drink someone who had imbibed in something?
No, I'm
Let's
just
say
sort of
hallucinogenic, shall we?
giving them a tutor of sort of a walkthrough of who's who.
Yes, of course.
The Toreador Primogen is then.
We don't actually have a Toreador Primogen.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I had forgotten. That's
Yes.
right.
Seems they went off somewhere else. Charlie, I believe their name was. Unpleasant business, shall we?
Right. I remember
Yes.
that very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now our great and illustrious prince, Jude, has dealings with the anarchs in the city. Yes.
Oh, trifle. Business. No. Yes.
No.
I suppose she does. Yes, but there's that Baron Vincent, whom he's such a delight. Brings me gifts every time he shows up to Elysium. More neonates could learn from Baron Vincent, is what I'm saying.
I agree.
Right? Mm-hmm.
You have been not but an amazing amount of help, and I will see fit to remind the rest of the Harpies when I see them once again that I will give you personally a trivial boon for this phone call.
Oh, no need. Don't.
Oh, no, I insist. Being the master of the Harpies myself, I can do that.
Don't put yourself out on my account.
I always put myself out on your account, Franklin. You know that.
I suppose.
Anyways, got to run.
Oh God, get a room.
So
wow,
yeah, no, you didn't put
Yuck.
yourself out. The Mordecai in this reality, when he comes back, will be potentially surprised a little bit. It catches me a little bit that so far, though we have touched upon so few realities, there are some commonalities that do not surprise me. Jude being Prince, the previous Primogen coterie being chaos monkeys, or problem causers in several realities. These black inky things, the Heffel fine art, this has got something to do with the Bali or that whole situation.
But it's random. Anything that we are directly connected to doesn't seem to have changed.
Oh no, anything we are.
This is
directly
my
connected
mercy.
to,
This is
see,
not
but,
my car.
see.
Speaking of the car, can we get in it and go and drive away from this place? Because I just feel the musty dog breath on my neck. Okay, so let's
You're
just
the one
get
that
in
wanted
the
to
car.
come here in the first place.
I understand
And-
that, but things have changed.
At that point,
Vincent takes a couple steps away.
at that point, you hear from behind you,
Excellent.
Jude. Well, that's kind of rude. What the fuck?
Oh no.
I swing around.
You turn Magni
to
into a
see.
redneck.
It is a large human-ish creature. You still have sense the unseen on, so you can definitely.
I do.
There's kind of like a unsettledness about their aura, like it's
Angry static.
Yeah, it's kind of staticky. It's almost as if it's unchecked rage.
Time to go.
So, what are you guys doing here anyway?
Is he carrying anything?
No,
Do we
Does-
recognize him?
Does he have two hands or one hand?
because he doesn't need to.
Does he have two hands or one hand?
He seems to have two hands. One of them is in, like, his left hand is in his jacket pocket, but his right hand seems to be exposed, which is weird because if this was Magni, and it doesn't actually
Mhm.
kind of look like Magni.
Well,
but
that's good.
Yeah, he would have lost his right hand in that
Mhm.
particular thing. If you want to see that, you see the werewolf
tear.
stuff over there in the YouTubes.
So
Right.
Jude looks at this person and says, I thought that there was actually some kind of like supernatural disturbance here, but it looks like it's all clear, so we will head out.
No need. Like, we have the deal. You can come in here every once in a while, right?
What?
Like, you're
Of course.
you're still in charge, aren't you? The
Yeah,
leech
Yep.
types. Yeah.
Yep, I sure am. Yeah, I just, I don't want to we don't want to bother you unnecessarily.
Oh,
like,
hey. They're new, and they wander over to Vincent. And they go to shake your hand. Like, it is vigorous, and the grip is like almost like steel.
Potent.
Yeah.
I wanna
Oh,
match
hey,
it.
good grip you got there, Pally. Yeah, it's I'm I don't know. These leeches are kind of rude. I'm
Vincent.
You're Vincent. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
You are.
Well, they call me Bub.
Oh,
Bub.
But-
B-U-B, right? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Bub.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
bone, what they call a bonar. I'm in charge around these parts.
Oh, okay. You watch anime?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like Ninja Scroll I've seen.
Ah, we're friends. Nice.
Yeah, it was okay. It was all right. It was only a movie though, right?
No,
No. There's
we had
more?
a series. Yeah.
Shit.
No.
Well, like, I mostly
Hey.
watch like Saturday morning cartoons.
yeah, you know what? It was never released in Canada. It's one of those things. It was Japan only, so like it never made it over here. But
Fighting food on.
and
I
Jude
haven't
like
seen that one,
shoots
no.
a look to Vincent like, stop, like please.
Abigail is going to pull out her phone and she's going to send a text message. I hope she still has this in her contacts to Vanessa Finn, the Son of Ether mage that they had contacts with.
It's still there.
Just saying, need to chat. Can you meet up tonight? We will owe you big. Or I will owe you big, is what she writes, because Abigail doesn't want to have the coterie owing anyone big.
When and where is what you get back in a text message.
Abigail goes to the group. So if we want some input from the mages, because I know we want input from the changelings as well, Vanessa, the one in our world that we met up with, apparently still exists, and is willing to meet up with us, maybe for an explanation or something. Is everybody okay
Ooh.
with that? And if so, where do we meet her?
Yeah, I'm down. Is she hot?
Mage?
Okay. Let's sandwich is still viable. So think we should do that. And one last thing, Bub. You haven't seen anything weird like going on here in this area like the past couple of days or nights?
Nope.
Nothing.
Just
Okay.
you said you took care of the problem, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got a business card, bub?
No, man.
You got a text. You
Well,
got
yeah, I
phone?
got like, he holds up like an old Nokia flip phone. Yeah, I guess. Takes me a while to text people, though. You gotta hit like the button like 3 times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, T9. I remember when that shit
T9,
came
yeah.
out. Can I get your number? Might want to talk to you about business partnership thing going on.
Yeah, sure. It's like
Need to ask a question.
555 blah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Talk about anime. Gotta load you up with some cool stuff. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Yeah. Okay, so we are good here. So these leeches are gonna skedaddle. So we'll see you later. Bub, you take care.
All right. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do we still have that deal on where I can go into like your art gallery thing and hang out every once in a while?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll probably pop in at some point.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
I'm guessing you're all skedaddling.
Please, for the love of God, I'm begging you, let me leave.
As soon as Abigail sees Bub leaving, Abigail's just going to turn to Coterie Secondary and just say 24 hours.
And there's like a hunched over, like, kind of Nosferatu circle, like a confab going on. And you see all their heads duck in, like, and there's nodding. It's like, and there's like more muttering amongst themselves. And then the Nosferatu Vincent kind of pops his head up from the other side of the circle and goes, "Yeah, thumbs up."
All right. And Jude, Vanessa, should I have her come to Sandwich?
Yep.
All right. Abigail sends a text message to Vanessa, says Sandwich, half an hour?
You get back 1 hour? Question mark.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So Abigail texts back, sure.
And you're all making your way to the limo at this particular point in time.
Yep.
So as you wander to the limo, I'm assuming in a complete straight line, eventually you get to a certain point in the particular area that the pool is located in that if any of you glance back, you kind of see the mist. It doesn't like dissipate. It just sort of like as soon as you walk past a certain point, kind of like a threshold, you don't actually see the mist anymore. It doesn't seem to go away gradually. It just disappears.
Hmm.
And when Abigail looks at her phone, is that symbol for tell still the same?
Yeah.
Okay, crap. Oh.
So you make your way to the limo, and then you, I'm assuming, then drive to Sandwich. Is there any conversation that you would like to have, Duran?
Oh, yes, indeed. When we get into the limo, Duran is going to pick up the limo phone because Duran doesn't carry a cell phone anymore, and type in a number that he remembers for Chauncey.
Okay. Go for Chauncey.
See,
Oh, God.
Chauncey, it is Duran Giovanni. How are you this fine evening?
I'm okay.
Good, good. Are you in the city by chance?
Yeah. Yeah, we're hanging out in the city.
Baroness Newanight and the court is it's still settled in well under the convention center still?
Yeah.
Bueno. Could you or one of your more knowledgeable people meet us at Sandwich perhaps tonight? It would be greatly appreciated. We have need of your expertise and wisdom with respect to the locations you are having us watch for you.
Okay.
And anyone that knows about alternate realities would also be of a benefit.
You can't see this over the phone. You can definitely sense it when his expression kind of drops a little bit, like, but it's a drop in quizzicalness. Like, okay.
See, Sandwich, about an hour from now would be good. If you can be there that quickly.
Sure, we could probably send somebody over. I'll have to see who's still awake. I don't know. Like, we don't kind of keep your hours, honestly.
I completely understand. We don't keep yours either.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
Yeah, I can.
it would be greatly appreciated.
I can send somebody over.
Fantastical. We will see you or somebody from the court in an hour then.
Sure.
Bueno, ciao. One of the changelings who hopefully will know things will meet us at Sandwich about the same time as the mage.
Okay,
Excellent.
good. We're attacking the problem on two fronts. And storyteller, would it be possible that you could just have like a tiny little flip notebook and like a
Sure. Yeah.
pen and paper?
Yeah,
So
it's
Jude
kind of
is just like,
regular stuff
Yeah.
that Sandwich would sell.
yeah, totally. So she's just like starting to like draw on like different pieces of paper and like write stuff down, like, and trying to like separate these realities and like what is known by all of them. I did it on my dog mite board, and so I'm just gonna whatever. Thanks, dog mite. With the expo marker here.
So yeah, noticing that, I'm gonna. Do you want tacks and colored yarn as well? When we get to Sandwich downstairs, are you going to start putting things on the wall? And I've seen this before.
I
It is done much
mean-
in TV shows and movies. I can never make lots of sense out of it.
I don't know if I'll need all of that, the trappings, but I don't know, something like that. I mean, I'm trying to just like make a diagram, and you see her just like drawing all these arrows and like stuff like that. I don't know. I'm trying to get all the facts straight.
I don't
And
even
it
know what's
is
going on
difficult.
anymore.
No, this is different.
This is super different.
And I'm just gonna push aside all of the other implications being in a different reality could have for me, both personally and professionally. I'm just gonna just not think about all that stuff right now.
Was the lot of you want Cassius to also join us at Sandwich. Is he somebody you think that would be helpful?
Cassius?
Maybe he's
Seems
more
quite
helpful in this
possible.
dimension.
Cassius, he is the Tremere Regent in our reality, Vincent. I'm not sure if you have actually had a chance to meet him, but
No.
he is quite knowledgeable about all things occult and usually a very good resource when he doesn't feel like being cagey, when instead he feels like actually being useful. So, and
Wait, he's not useful? Question mark?
no, he's useful. It's just that sharing that information is sometimes a chore to actually get him to divulge the information that you really want him to divulge. But in this reality, that might be different. You know, one of those where it's like you very
Yeah, brick wall, pulling teeth,
exactly.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Except where the expense account is.
Oh yes, exactly.
Yeah, then he'll talk to you. Yeah.
He bankrolls many things. I don't know how. I don't know how
Gaming
he does it on a
supplies, D&D,
yes on
graphic
a
novels.
on a Tremere Regent salary. I mean, it's never really come up, but I have questioned it a few times. Myself personally, anyway.
Is he gonna get in trouble with taxes and some shit?
I don't know. It'll still be interesting when tax season comes around, I'm sure.
Nah, he's got
okay.
offshore accounts or some bullshit like that.
Probably.
This guy sounds like a barrel of fun.
Well, he is.
Oh,
He's
see.
definitely a barrel of fun. So should I contact him? Bring him in?
You do what you want, Miss Abigail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to all of you if you feel comfortable having yet another person at Sandwich.
Well, this is my only concern is that this is a very much like, mixing the friend group situation. You have a different personality with all the people that you hang out with in the different groups. So then you bring them all together. So we have that going on right now with the changeling, the mage, and a Tremere Regent. And then the further twist on that old chestnut is the fact that these are different versions than the ones we normally know. So I don't know if Cassius is going to see Chauncey and be like, blah, if Cassius is going to see Vanessa and be like, ugh. Like, I don't, that's the only fear that I have. I mean, I'll shut it down.
Shall we call Mr. Johnson as well?
Yeah, let's get the whole fucking crew together. Why
Already
not?
done.
You know what? I'll refrain from calling Cassius. You do have a good point, my prince, that it might be bad, especially if perhaps the kindred of this reality have issues with changelings or mages or anything like that.
At this point, there is no such thing as bad input because we don't know what input we need. Second thing is, Signora Jude, you are the prince. If Cassius has an issue with this, you are the prince.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
If we
are
leave
absolutely
Cassius out of this and he has a key thought, it is our loss. We have 24 hours to sort out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, you're right.
Otherwise, we're going back to
get
the
all the
park with what?
opinions. Yeah.
Really got
right.
asked if I was keeper of Elysium.
And it's an alternate reality. Big deal.
Yeah.
Well, this is good then. We're attacking it from all angles. We'll get as much input as possible, and then we can return 24 hours later with whatever we have.
Even when I was in the camp, I didn't get keeper of Elysium. I got the other thing, but whatever.
I didn't know you were in the cam, Baron. We can have that discussion later. I'm going to.
You want to know my position?
No. We can have that discussion later, you and I, because we share some common interests in that regard.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give Cassius a call, and we will see if, or actually, I'll just send him a message, and we'll see if he can show up as well. So Abigail sends a message to Cassius, says, the prince would like your help in resolving some questions that we have regarding interesting phenomena. Can you meet us at Sandwich in an hour?
Okay, for everybody playing the home game, this is a storyteller note. I did not plan for this to happen at exactly the perfect time for a break, but Abigail gets a text message back that says, and it's from the Cassius number. It says, "Why would I need to be there, my regent?" And that's a perfect time for a bit of a break.
What? Oh no.
So come on back in about 5 minutes, everybody, and we'll see what happens. Welcome back, everybody. They are making their way to Sandwich. Is there any further conversation going to be occurring in the vehicle now that Abigail has gotten the text message?
So apparently this reality is a little bit screwed up,
Yeah.
to put it mildly. Apparently I am the Tremere Regent.
Oh, congratulations.
No, I don't
Mazel
want
tov.
any of that.
Oh.
I don't want any of that. But at least that means at least I think that means that I'm not the Primogen, which would be good because no offense or anything, but I took it because Cassius didn't want it. So
So is he still worth having come to
Well,
this meeting of
don't-
the minds?
I don't think that it would make him any less knowledgeable unless something happened, but he's been around for ages, so he should be a good source of information.
Okay, yeah. Then
I mean, you
Ask-
didn't want to be regent at all.
I didn't want to be anything. I wanted to be left alone. That was basically the whole point of it, but I felt that I had to.
There's room
Ask-
for you here.
Ask Cassius if he would be
I'm
so
joking.
kind if there have been any changes under the Heffel Fine Art Auction House. Let us see if that is a reality in this reality.
Abigail sends a message saying, "Sure, we'd love to. We still would like to have you. You are a source of information. Also, can you bring us an update on what is happening at the Heffel Fine Art Auction House?"
You get back, can do.
Well, he's going to bring us an update on Heffel, so at least it sounds like he knows that there's something there. Otherwise, he probably would have responded with where or what or something
See.
like that. So he'll be there.
See. Now, all we need to do is summon Senor Ashtray, and we'll have the full set at Sandwich.
yeah, I was kind of wondering about him honestly. Because I was
Ashtray.
like, What's going on with him in this version of things?
I have a feeling he is a big asshole no matter which reality we'd be dealing with.
Yeah.
I do not know that I want to disturb him because I do not know if ourselves in this reality have that favor to draw on that we have in our reality. Even if the favor is somewhat contendable.
Yeah, I think that resource is better left untapped in this situation unless we really are coming up with goose egg. And Vincent, I think we talked about a little bit Astray before. That's the supernatural turducken that I mentioned.
Oh yeah, the Tadurgan thing.
Mhm.
The one that Duran didn't get.
Oh, there is no getting in that situation. There is only being gotten.
Yeah, he's that was a whole
See,
that was
I'm
another
pleased that we
adventure.
walked away with our own lives from that one.
That's so
Mortals
true.
really like that thing, though, particularly in the Midwest of the States.
The turduckens?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only ever heard about it like on paper. I've never actually like seen one or like I didn't eat one while I was alive. So I don't remember having any in Wisconsin, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's
Someone
a
out there doing it.
monstrosity. It's a monstrosity and a blasphemy
not
and a
good.
waste of, well, when I was still human, I would have said that it was a huge waste of food. Because, well, I mean, if food comes that easily to you that you're making a chicken within what is it? A chicken within
It's a
turkey within a
turkey.
goose or something.
It's a turkey within a chicken and a duck, I think.
That would have been enough to feed an entire regiment. Honestly. So it's just such a waste.
Americans, we love excess.
Well, I suppose.
So, roughly about that point that you would come pulling up to the sandwich or in front of it, there's a bit of a change to sandwich from what you would experience in your reality. It is bright, is the word I will use to describe it. There's kind of neon pink on the one side, there's neon purple on the other side. There's a huge sign that says sandwich that is lit up in various colors.
This is like the neon dimension. First the pink limo. And now this.
I wonder if there is still a downstairs and how shiny it will be.
I
Or if
wonder
it
if
will
our
be
keys still work.
the junkyard that we are used to.
I wonder if our keys will still work.
I guess we'll find out.
See.
I think as we're pulling up, Abigail would like to turn on Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
Vincent would too.
So resolve an aspect.
Resolve an aspects or wits and aspects, whichever one happens to be higher.
And I'm going to rouse, which I passed.
All right.
Hopefully.
This rouse check brought to you by our merch shop.
Only 2 successes.
I don't know if Vincent has actually activated Sense the Unseen around Sandwich in the past.
Nope.
Nope. Alrighty. So you close your eyes a few times, blink, and then you open them to reveal what is in the supernatural realm of the world of darkness around Sandwich, and you can see It's kind of like a pillar, but it's slowly kind of moving. And it is magical sigils that are around the building of Sandwich. It seems like it's a ward or a protection spell of some kind.
Okay.
For Abigail, it seems like it's kind of the same as it does regularly. Give me an intelligence and occult roll. That's when everything got really quiet. And an ashtray comes out of nowhere. 2 successes
No.
for Abigail. When you're looking at it, it's possible that one of these symbols may not be what it looks like in your reality.
Which symbol specifically do I know?
There's a bunch of different symbols that you would kind of categorically put in as to what's associated with this. You've seen it enough times. And there's one symbol that doesn't look the same as every other symbol. It looks like it's almost in a different style of writing. Instead of
Okay.
kind of like a swooping kind of mystical pattern, it looks like it's a Roman numeral. Like blocked out. Looks like it's an X in the Roman numerals for 10.
Okay.
It's a countdown.
Abigail passes that information on to the group that it doesn't look right. She's not sure exactly what's up, but it's not the same. So proceed with caution.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of the game.
So who cannot walk past the walls now?
It's a great question.
One way to find out.
Josephine, dear,
Hmm.
are you and the rest of my spiritual retinue able to enter Sandwich?
You want me to try?
Well, you would have. True, you are the one from my reality. Let us
Okay.
go in, and one of two things will happen. You will follow me in, or you and Jacob will be peeled out of the phone, and both of you will be standing on the sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I mean, we could
Come
give
along.
it a shot.
see,
So you're
can't
walking
know without trying.
past the threshold?
Yep. I'm going to get out of the limo and go and walk into the store.
Okay. As you walk past the threshold, Josephine just right into it and falls
And that-
over.
Yep, that means Jacob will be peeled out of the phone and be
Yeah.
suddenly standing there too.
Well, he's kind of on the ground, curled up in fetal position, not moving. Ah. Oh, well,
Pardon, and it's not so brutal in the other reality.
yeah, that was weird.
Same word, different flavor.
As Duran walked past the threshold and that happened, the rest of you are kind of looking at this person that popped out of nowhere and is sitting on the ground holding their head.
Sorry.
We can see it?
Dude, are you all right?
Where did you come from?
They can see me.
Un momento. What?
And I see you. Everyone else has sense the unseen going.
You can see it just as clearly as
I
everyone
don't.
else. Yeah, Jude did not have sense the
Oh.
unseen up. but
Porco
everyone
Dio.
can see his.
Dude, are you okay?
Jacob?
Do we
Jacob
see
is
Josephine as well?
yeah. You see somebody on the ground in fetal position beside the person Josephine, who's like
Is this
gripping
the
her
guy
head,
that
like,
she killed?
uh,
No,
No, that's Bart.
Okay.
no. And that was the other Jacob.
How can you guys see me right now?
That
Are we
is a
not
good question.
supposed to see you?
No.
Duran,
What are you wearing?
what is this?
What
I
was Josephine?
have
wearing?
no explanation.
Josephine was
Can
wearing
you
just
get him back in the
a
phone?
regular dress type thing.
Yeah.
But we can't see Josephine. We can only see him.
You can see
I'm
all
gonna
of them, both of them.
step back outside past the threshold and reach down to help Josephine up to see, is she corporeal? Am I touching something? Like, is
Yes.
there a hand? Is it a warm hand?
No,
A human feeling hand?
not at all. Oh, thanks.
Okay, there is a solidity to you that there should not be.
Thanks.
Duran, are you raising the dead in this reality?
No,
Uh-oh.
that it does not work this way. The raising of the dead.
Is that person still in the fetal position on the floor?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, which one's in the fetal position? Because I thought Jacob was sitting up holding his head and
No,
Josephine was in the
Josephine-
fetal position.
Josephine was sitting up holding their head, and Jacob
okay.
pushed out of the phone because
Okay,
he was in the
fetal
phone
position. Yeah.
feeling, basically.
Okay.
Hey, dude, you need help?
There's no response.
Can I go over and touch him?
If you want. There is corporealness to it.
Okay. I would like to please scry the soul
Okay.
on I'm
Um,
actually gonna do it like because it says you can do it over a crowd. I'd kind of like to just do it over the now seemingly corporeal spirits. So that's
fair
gonna be
enough.
so I got arouse, and then it's intelligence plus aspects versus composure and subterfuge. I guess if they're
Yeah, I'm just gonna do
trying to
one
hide
roll
it.
for both of them because the other
Yeah,
one it won't
that makes
really
sense.
matter.
I passed.
Okay.
Okay. Come on, dice.
Oh, whoa! You won that one. That fucking out.
My rolls are still like just complete garbage. Okay, I got 4.
How is that garbage?
Because I had to re-roll because I want as much information as possible, and this counts for the
mean-
margin of successes.
Okay. There was one success over here.
Okay, so that means I get 3.
Yep.
Okay, so I would like to know if they are under the influence of blood sorcery or magic.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
You're getting kind of a feeling that they themselves are kind of magical, but at the same time, where they're holding their head, there's kind of like the pattern you would recognize as being like kind of blood magic or sorcery.
Okay. What's going on with their auras?
Their auras are in a state of flux. Jacob on the ground, you can see that the aura is extremely weak. But Josephine, you can see that she's like confused. There's a pattern of just kind of like overall, like there's a little bit of dread mixed in, but it's for the most part, it's just sort of like quizzicalness, like just kind of like they don't know what's going on.
Okay. And then for the last one, Do they have any resonance? Either of them?
They do not.
Okay, I didn't think so, but it's kind of the last one that's in there. Okay, so
You could
Jude will
ask.
say,
You could ask other questions if you want. Like if there's anything else, just don't. You don't have to stick to like those particular questions.
"Oh, okay." I really wish I got a crit because that would have given me something unexpected. I'm trying to think if I have anything else.
Well, you can think about that for a minute. Anybody else
Yeah.
have anything that they would like to do in this particular instance? Because Josephine is now on her feet. Duran helped her up, so she's like, I don't think I can go in there. I should probably wait in the car.
When you is there something at the door that you can touch? Can you feel this invisible force field thing?
Are you activating your Oblivion sight?
Yeah, I'm going to watch if
Okay.
she touches it.
I believe Abigail and Baron Vincent also had Sense the Unseen up. And Jude, you'd probably be able to pick this up as well because you just used Scry the Soul. So she reaches out her hand, and you can see like when she goes to like when she gets close enough to kind of touch it, the barrier itself kind of indents ever so slightly around where her hand is, but she's like you can see like the quote unquote muscles, if we could even call them that, with a wraith body, kind of like tensing up in her arm, like as she's kind of pushing, but then she eventually gets pushed back. I can't touch it necessarily.
But there is a resistance you feel.
Yeah.
Where was she when we drove here?
She was in the car.
So she would have been physical and corporeal in the car?
No.
No.
Okay, let us get you and Jacob to the car, and I'll bend down to you. Is Jacob stirring at all?
Not even remotely.
I will pick Jacob up. When the memento, I'm going to leave these in the limousine. And I look at Josephine and say, if young Jacob rouses, do assure him that everything is fine. Don't let him try to leave. It could be, this incorporation could be have tragic consequences for both of you.
So anyone on the street, as a storyteller note, just sees Duran kind of bend down and kind of try to rustle something into his hands. It looks like it's a mime performance, honestly, because nobody else other than seemingly vampires can see this. But then when you get about halfway to the car from where you are, as you're holding Jacob, Jacob just kind of disappears. And since you didn't actually turn off your Oblivion sight as of yet, you can kind of see them kind of do the kind of inky black spiral into the phone. And then you're like, your arms kind of go up as if you were holding something that was about 150 pounds, give or take, and they just disappeared.
Maybe leave the phone in the car.
And Josephine?
Josephine, with your eyes still in Oblivion sight, you can still see them. No one else can. So the person walking beside Duran, about halfway to the car, just disappears.
And
maybe it's a
Duran,
factor of the actual ward itself, that it doesn't just simply repel them, but makes them
maybe it has a proximity that affects your wards, or not your wards, your spirits. Perhaps if Josephine is up to it, she doesn't have to walk right up to the barrier. But let's see at what point we can see her again, Duran.
No.
How close she? No. Okay. I was
So
just
I'm
curious.
going to take out a handkerchief and I'm going to put all the fetters in the handkerchief.
Okay.
And then tie it and then open the back door. Actually, I'm going to open the front door and say, Senora Marcy, if you would be so kind as to allow me to put this in the glove compartment. It is very valuable. I do not wish any of these to go missing. And I will tuck them in, put them in the glove compartment, close the door and say, see, my spirits have been through a lot so far. I can only push it so far.
Okay. You're saying words to Mercy, and Mercy doesn't.
I love her so much. She's unflappable. Just like, all right.
Actually, those words were for when I got back to the door to the rest of the coterie. It's just my spirits have been asked to do a lot in the last 48 hours. I can only push it so far.
Understood. Shall we proceed in then? Shall we proceed and see if any of the rest of us get knocked out?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't when I walked across the threshold.
Hopefully none of the rest of us are in any way affected either. I would imagine that Kindred would be affected the same way, but since that ward is a little bit different.
What else does the ward keep out? What else did it keep out before we decided to dimension hop?
Abigail puts her hand through.
I just walk in.
There's no resistance for Abigail whatsoever.
Okay, she just keeps walking then.
Yeah, Jude's going in as well.
Same.
Mordecai.
All right, what am? Sorry, Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Are
you going in?
Oh. One final look back at the pink limousine. I know we didn't bring that. And then to rouse potence.
Sure.
And I fail. About time I started failing.
You hear a completely different voice.
Fuck. Do I recognize the voice?
Yes. Somebody you've only met once. Hesha. Mordecai.
Looking around for Hesha.
There's a pink limousine.
Where are you?
Do we have to have this conversation every time? I'm in your head.
No, see, it's a... Oh, this is complicating.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
Just eat something, would you?
It's... This time is different.
Is
it's
it?
A thing. Yeah, it's I'm not who you think I am. Thing. End game sort of thing. So
No idea what that is. Just eat something, would you?
Okay. I really don't have to. I will when I get back. I am anxious to see the mansion, so I will be going there forthwith to find out just how neon and gaudy this dimension has made it.
Are you having this
trust
conversation out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not used to this
You're
voice.
rattled, yeah.
For all I know, he's fucking behind me and he's whispering at me with like obfuscate stupid levels. I'm like, Okay. No, yeah. It's just my imagination. All right.
So you roused Potence, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, like holding onto the door frame, crunching the door frame or something while in absence mindedly or whatever. Anyway, walk in, sort of wired little thing. Still looking for any telltale signs of Hesha. Anything.
There's
Like,
nothing.
just something amiss. And I know I don't have Auspex and I don't have Oblivion Sight or anything. I can't actually see him, so I'm looking for any possible sign.
Not a thing. But since the rest of you walked in first after Mordecai's little conversation, you see something that weirds you out. There's the sand in the regular spots, the little magic rocks, etc., etc. But Gretchen's there. But Gretchen looks, as opposed to the kind of goth aesthetic she had before,
Oh no.
she looks so prep it hurts Jude, like psychic, like
Physically.
temporary willpower damage, like ag willpower. Oh hey, Jude.
Hey. Go ahead.
Sorry, storyteller, before they continue their conversation.
Yeah, you would also take aggravated willpower damage. It's fine.
Probably would, yes. Since I have Sense the Unseen up, do I see an aura on Gretchen? Like, is she still vamp?
Give me
Kindred.
a wits and aspects roll for anybody who is looking in Gretchen's direction and would like to make the roll.
You said wits and
Wits and aspects, or wits and
Okay.
oblivion, if Duran would like to do so.
And
Nope,
the
turned off
rouse
the
that
eyes.
and the rouse that I did earlier, is that still in effect or not?
There's no rouse check for.
Oh no,
sense
I
unseen.
roused. I think I roused my wits.
This would be a different scene unless you
Yeah,
did
okay.
it somewhere between the limo and here.
Crit 6.
6.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking a picture of that.
Such crap rolls. Just one
me
success.
too.
How many?
Two for me.
2. Baron Vincent, you see when you look at Gretchen, you see that this is very much a vampire aura.
Mhm.
Good.
Seems kind of. You've seen Gretchen's aura before. You all have.
Mhm.
Vincent would notice this first, but everybody else kind of clues in a little bit. You can see black veins in her aura.
Fuck.
Naughty,
Ah,
naughty, naughty, naughty girl. I meant
So that's recent.
It's within the last
yeah,
year.
within the last year.
Hello, Lady G.
Well,
Hey, Baron Vincent.
Yeah, how are you doing? You look great tonight.
Yeah, I'm okay.
No, I think you.
You know, I guess the Primogen ship is working well for me.
Oh, you're Primogen?
Well, yeah, you were there.
Yeah, yeah, I was. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Listen, and she from under the desk like puts up a stack of anime for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So I got, I brought these back for you. Like I didn't really like this one. It's like the one where they're all countries or whatever.
Hitalia?
Sure, that sounds right.
No, not that. No.
And
Oh,
then,
the
the
worst.
one where they're all like chefs. I didn't really like that one either.
Food Wars? You didn't like Food Wars?
No,
Okay, that's fair. Fair. It has some etchy scenes in it. I
this
got you.
one, like the one where they were all like vampires, that one was kind of cool.
Vampire Night, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Everything cool at the store?
Yeah. Well, we
Right.
had like the the mages come in all the time.
Hmm.
They're
All the
fairly
time.
regular. Yeah. Like Verbena or whatever that is. Who even knows anymore?
Yeah, something like that.
And like,
Um,
go ahead.
Gretchen,
Yeah.
a quick question for you. Did you see the most recent Star Wars, The Andor?
Star Wars.
Abigail just turns
Oh
around.
damn.
It's like, and then turns right back. Oh,
Oh, the Disney Plus one, right? Yeah.
oh, thank the fucks. All right. I didn't see that, I guess.
No, I've been watching the animes from
Okay.
Baron Vincent lent them to me.
Okay. And Abigail just turns to Vincent and just kind of whispers, I just wanted to make sure I really still want to actually live in this reality.
She didn't like Food Wars. That's a huge red flag for me.
This reality is already screwed up
Oh.
enough.
Oh, just wait. Hold on now. This is the final test.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Reality. What are you guys
I-
talking about?
You have a boyfriend.
Don't worry about it. So did you see that Rod Perlman is slated to be in the Transformers movie next year?
No, like, why would I be concerned about like the Beauty and the Beast person from the 80s?
I don't want to live in this reality anymore.
I love this
Uh,
reality. This reality is
This
awesome.
reality sucks.
But that means she's obsessed with something else. It's just not Ron Perlman. That's my bet.
Anime.
There's some other kind of thing.
Anime.
Maybe it is
No,
anime.
I'm setting
Maybe it
fire
is.
to the world. This is it. Nope.
Are you
Okay.
dating
Oh,
someone?
you know,
Never
I
should
don't
have.
know.
Are you dating someone, Gretchen?
No, well, I was, but the Sabat
It
attack.
didn't.
Remember?
It didn't agree with you.
No, there was the Sabat attack. Like, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah,
worry
we
about
don't need to talk about that. But
I'm here if you need to
okay,
talk about it.
well,
Like Mordecai was gonna embrace them, but then they were too far gone.
What? Eyes dart from Jude to
It's-
Mordecai, like,
I'm sure it's a sensitive topic that
Yeah.
you're not ready to discuss yet. Why don't we if you when you're ready.
Hmm.
we're expecting a couple people tonight, just having a meeting, so just so you know.
All right. So typical Tuesday then.
Today.
Sure.
yeah.
Yep.
It's-
So Jude is go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Jude is just gonna her eyes linger on Gretchen for a second, just like truly,
I don't even know
you
you
know,
anymore.
shook, just shook to the core, and just for a second, and then she walks toward the back, toward the table, and seeing what's going on with that.
Okay. Refresh my non-existent memory. Who had keys for that? I believe Abigail, Jude had one.
Yeah, I think
That was it. Abigail and Jude.
that's it.
I
Yeah,
think
that was
Ja
it.
had one. Ja had one.
Oh,
Yeah.
John.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
What
You
is
go
going on
back,
with Ja, I
the-
wonder.
there's a large metal table where the wood one used to be.
Hmm.
It's kind of catches you off guard a little bit because ordinarily it's the wooden table there, and it kind of looks like the wooden table from a distance, but then you get up close and you're like, okay, you run your handle across it, and it's like, this is actually metal, just painted or adjusted to look like wood. And then you go back to the far head of the table, and it seems to have the same key configuration in it.
I'm putting the key in.
You put the key in, you turn it, and then a number pad flips up.
Oh well.
Ah, ah.
Cool.
I guess I put
No
in
doubt,
extra
no doubt, no doubt.
security. That sounds exactly like me.
So would you know the numerical code you may have used then, ma'am?
I can guess.
One.
I can guess. It's probably 4 digits.
1, 2, 3, 4. Only an idiot puts that as a security code. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the code of my suitcase.
Abigail, you were thinking?
Abigail would probably put the month and year of Alan Turing's death.
So you type in those numbers. The keypad flips back to where it was before, and the floor starts to slowly slide down.
Well, that was fortunate. I guess the other me had just as many horrible life incidents as I did. And Abigail sighs and says, "You first, my prince."
And I think, like, while Abigail was saying that, like, Jude kind of like fell into Abigail, like, just on her like shoulder, just for like a second. You feel like her weight on you, and then she kind of straightens back up and just shakes her head and starts walking down the stairs.
Is you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just a lot.
Are you hungry or something?
I mean, a little bit, but it's not that bad. So
Okay.
Has everyone else followed you down the stairs?
Yep.
Yes.
So what you see downstairs is the exact same thing you thought you would see in the other reality. It's almost as if nothing has changed.
Bueno. It is the abattoir that we are comfortable in.
and there's also like the sword smithery,
Yep,
like the
everything.
little, okay, all right. And Jude looks over like all the familiar stuff. She's like, I wonder what's going on with Ja in this reality.
I shudder to think.
Are
Although
you
maybe
sure?
he's not that much different. Hopefully.
Pretty sure he's as unpleasant as he is when I've met Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know. Okay, so are there any ground rules primers that we should all go over before all of these people get here and we start asking questions? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page before we start this like investigation, essentially, like in terms of what is there anything we're trying to, keep close to the vest? Is there, or we just kind of suss it out? Improv.
I mean,
Love improv.
we might as well put it all on the table. If these are, as long as we trust these people to give us the best advice possible, what point is there in keeping anything from them that could possibly help us get home?
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you there. I just trying to save us from as much further complicating variables, further potential difficulties. That's just one thing. Because, I know it's always a trade and subterfuge of some kind and these types of things. But yeah, so far the yes and approach has been working out okay, I'd say.
I would agree.
And Steve, would I have known that Abigail and Vincent did sense the unseen?
Probably not, unless they told you.
Okay.
Abigail didn't see much,
Never
so I think
mind.
she wouldn't have. I think she wouldn't have really seen any point in saying anything to Jude. Plus, she probably assumed Jude did it on her own too.
Might as well. Jude,
Yeah.
friends. Think I should tell you a little bit about Milady Gretchen upstairs.
What did you see?
I don't want to put anything extra on your plate, but I feel like this is relevant since it's your child there.
But it's not.
Well, fair. She's had a bit of a snacky snack, the forbidden one.
And
That's all.
Yeah. I don't know. There are so many circumstances of the things that happened that it could have happened anywhere in the course of events that have taken place over the past couple of months. Plus,
Mhm.
I mean, now she fits in with the rest of this group pretty well.
I haven't eaten anybody.
Well, in any case,
it is not your
I don't
Gretchen.
know.
It is not your concern. We are
I
trying to
know.
get back to our reality where your Gretchen has not committed that. So
I get it. It's just my eyeballs see the Gretchen and it looks like Gretchen. The dress is different, but it looks like Gretchen. So it's just one of those things. But you're right. It's not my Gretchen. It's not my problem. Not my Gretchen, not my problem.
this is not our reality. If we are working to get back to our reality, that is one thing. If we are settling in here, that is something completely different. I right now do not wish to settle in here.
No, me neither.
Nor do I. Who doesn't like food wars? Jeez.
Storyteller, how are we closing in on the hour here?
Yeah. You would have
Okay.
gotten, while you were conversating amongst each other, you would have gotten the like light flash by the door, which I'm assuming you all raised up.
Nope. Left it
didn't-
down. We're expecting people.
That's true. Just you would have had like a light go off, basically that indicates that Gretchen upstairs would have kind of let you know that somebody has arrived.
Anybody else hear voices when they rouse the blood?
I haven't done it since we've been here.
Neither have I.
No, but in general. Does your beast talk to you?
I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't everybody's beast talk to them?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but
What is yours not talking to you,
oh no,
Vamp Daddy?
that's the problem. The voice changed.
Oh, did it? Did it get deeper or something?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay. What was it?
Hmm.
Looney, for your
Interesting.
thoughts?
Hesha. Red.
Not the name I recognize.
Yeah, most nobody here would recognize that name.
I thought we got a report that Or was that only Mordecai that like Hesha had been seen
I
around?
think that was only Mordecai, and it was the child
Oh,
of Hesha.
okay.
The child of
Oh,
Hesha.
yeah. Never
And I
mind.
did
Yeah,
relay that.
right.
Okay, then yeah, you would have.
Oh, wait,
Okay, I was like,
something
I
to do
think,
with the Independent Alliance. See?
yeah.
Yeah, see, but the problem is, why would he speak in me?
Did he not sire you?
Well, my beast isn't my sire. The thing that talks
Mine
to me,
is.
I don't hear the voice of my sire. I hear somebody else.
That
I'm not sure
is,
if I like this reality or not.
yeah, that's a cause for concern, I feel. That seems pretty different.
If it's different than normal, then yes, it's a cause for concern, and let's get the hell out of here at some point soon. It's basically I agree with Duran. You know, not our reality. Let's get out of here. And to do that, we have guests that can hopefully help us.
And
Yeah.
another light would have flashed, indicating a second person.
Are we supposed to
Okay.
go up and get them?
I just am gonna text Gretchen and just say send him down.
Okay. So, a little while later, actually, I just got a message. Duran wanders off.
Okay.
Up the stairs, and you come across the person who you've met in the past. They're kind of dressed in tan colors, kind of steampunkish. They have a backpack on. It seems like an extremely kind of thin backpack. There's like a smokestack on it that's kind of got a little bit of smoke coming out of it.
Senora
Oh.
Finn.
Yeah, Duran.
See,
Thank you for coming, Miss Finn.
we're upstairs.
He's upstairs.
Oh, okay. I thought. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I
he
thought you
wandered
came down
off.
Lights are flashing. You people are all talking. I'll go upstairs and get them. So, Senora Finn, bueno, come with me.
Oh, there's somebody else here too. And you look over and you see what possibly is the mortal visage of Senior Johnson.
I've seen the mortal visage of Senior Johnson.
Looks a little different. Instead
Senora.
of black hair that's slicked back, it is stark white.
And Senor, do we call you Senor Johnson here?
Yeah, that sounds about right. What do
Bueno,
you mean by here?
I will explain this in a few minutes. It is a little confusing.
Hmm.
Do either of you watch Doctor Who?
Senior Johnson shakes his head no.
Probably a good thing. It would give you potential misperceptions.
The mage, however, goes, yes. Well, there's a character called Doctor Who in another show. It's called Professor Spacetime.
Bueno, and this is where things are going to get very strange if you discuss pop culture and current media with the rest of the coterie. I would recommend not doing so.
Okay.
It's mostly giving me a headache. We are waiting for one more party, a representative from a local court.
And that's when the door opens. And you see a short, portly man walk in, kind of like, ha ha! And it's Chauncey, but it's not.
Of course it's not.
Close enough that you would be Chauncey, see?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Chauncey. you're whoa, hold on.
See, we have met before, but we have not
Yeah, we haven't.
in this iteration.
Okay.
Iteration.
Let me ask: is your middle name Giancarlo?
Interesting.
I'll take that as a no.
No, it is,
Okay.
but that is an interesting question. Very. If the three of you would be so kind as to accompany me, we would like your input on a few things, and we have some information to share with you, which you may find intriguing.
They all follow.
And I'll lead all three of them downstairs.
Okay.
And as I get to the bottom of the stairs, I will go, you would all remember Miss Finn and Senor Johnson of a sort, and Senor Chauncey of a sort.
That's me.
Hello. Yes, welcome. Come in. Sit down if you will.
And wherever you can find something clean enough to sit on.
And the mage kind of goes around the door. She's like touching the wall. Oh, here it is. And flicks a switch that isn't connected to anything that you have all seen before. And
Sorry?
something comes down out of the ceiling, and it is a table. And then, like, chairs kind of fold out from the table. You guys did this last time. There's like
Interesting.
a
So we've
meeting.
done some improvements down.
Did
Wow,
we?
it's some real
We did.
Batman shit.
It's nice to
Cool,
know that
well.
it looks like a junkyard with some high tech thrown in for fun.
Yeah. Sorry, what was your name again? Allison?
Abigail.
Yeah,
Abigail.
Abigail's the one that did it, apparently. I don't know.
That sounds like something I'd do, yes. Storyteller, we don't have a Cassius yet.
There's no Cassius yet.
And Abigail is going to send a text message to Cassius just saying, on your way.
Yes, distracted by experiment.
At least that hasn't changed.
Experiment 35 got out of its test tube.
Oh.
Excellent.
Damn, he named it GCR.
Abigail says, have the neonates deal with it and make your way over, please.
Sure. Don't think I can do that. It's currently eating the chantry.
Give me 30 minutes.
Abigail relays to the group that Cassius will be a little bit delayed. She doesn't relay why.
Do we wish to wait or?
I think that we can probably start the conversation because the people that would be closest to this particular type of situation are these two. And she points to the mage and the changeling.
Actually, all three of them may have some input.
Yeah.
Senior Chauncey will be the closest because it was Baroness Newonite who recommended in the dealing that we handled these three locations, which are going to explode. And Senora Finn might know something around the edges. So I'm going to, Duran's just going to turn to the three of them and go, so we are not the five of us are not the five of us from this reality. We are from another reality. We have been bumping faces with multiple realities for the last couple of days over in Stanley Park, where the veil has gotten rather thin. And it seems that not only are we meeting other us's from other realities, but we have kind of slipped to another one like the TV show Sliders, where we are now where we were not before, and things are a little different. I will now leave it in the capable hands of our prince, Senora Jude.
Right. So, I mean, as Duran said, we're in a different reality. Things are slightly different in some ways, and they're slightly the same as what's going on here. But essentially, we're trying to get back to where we belong. And all of you assembled here, minus another colleague that we're bringing in to consult with, we thought some of you might know how we can get back and basically set everything back the way it was. Essentially, Chauncey, you know, especially here, because we got to this other reality while we were investigating sites in Vancouver that are important to the changelings under the direction of the Baroness. So we were just surveying that, and through a number of different things seem to end up here in this different reality. We were at the pool in Stanley Park.
Yes.
Does any thoughts on that, Chauncey? Any thoughts? Does this resonate with anybody here?
Well, I noticed when I first got here, I looked at Duran, and he's not the Duran that I've talked to. If you know
How
what I
did
mean.
you know that? How did you know that for sure, though?
Well, something's off about him.
All right.
Well, the Duran that I've seen doesn't wear glasses, for one. And, his aura's off a little bit.
All right.
And Vanessa Finn goes over. I'm assuming you all have a whiteboard down here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just pulls out a marker and starts scribbling on it. Various random things. And Senior Johnson looks at you all and goes, "A different reality."
Yes, like a different version of the world that we live in that is slightly similar yet altered in certain fundamental ways.
Well,
so
I guess in that case, and he open hand, not super hard or anything, but just slaps Baron Vincent's shoulder and goes, "Well, I guess I don't owe you $20 then."
Yes, you do.
Oh, crap. I shouldn't have been admitted that, should I? All right.
What was the bet?
That one's on me. Nothing. Yeah, I was just kidding around. Anyway, Chauncey's like, "Well, okay, I sent the other Duran, and you you're actually supposed to be here."
I'm sorry. Who is he pointing to?
He's pointing in general.
Oh.
We sent your others to 3 different places.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah,
So where did
in our version?
Where did you end up? Not you. I know where you ended up. You ended up here. Where did you end up?
You mean where did the?
I think he's insane.
No. Where did the coterie that belongs to this reality? Where did they go? Is that what your
Right.
question is?
All 7.
I have no idea. Oh, 7 of us.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
Interesting.
7.
What?
Yes, 7.
Who are the other well, Jaw, I assume.
They're
But who else?
a sword, short guy, thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who's the other one?
Assassin's Creed.
Well, they're kind of secretive.
All right.
Wait, no, it doesn't matter.
Go on.
No, it doesn't matter. They
Oh,
are
well,
not
okay. It
our
doesn't.
reality. We are being
We-
distracted.
We don't know where they are. We have
They
no
might
idea.
be in our reality. It might have been everyone take a jump to the left or a step to the right. We don't know.
We have seen
Their hands on our
secondary coteries from 2 different realities through that veil. And we have ourselves moved at least a step. So we don't know where the ones from your reality are.
Right.
We would like to reset it. I'm sure you want your coterie back because I'm sure they're wonderful and they've done favors for you or whatever. You have some deals that you wouldn't have with us, like that $20, for example.
That was a joke.
Certainly to us. Either way, if we can get some way, if you know of some way, some magical way to put us back where we're supposed to be and put everybody else back where they're supposed to be, then we can potentially get this all resolved.
And you all hear like a creaking noise, like something that is metal on metal that hasn't been greased in a while, as the whiteboard flips over and Vanessa is still writing out more extra stuff. Like the entire whiteboard was completely just full of markings at that point.
The other reason that it's important to reset the realities is that potentially, and this is not a given, but potentially sometime in the future, probably nearish, the 3 locations that were given us, which are currently host to some kind of a breach into an abyss or oblivion, will erupt in association with something underneath the Heffel Fine Art Auction House. This does not portend good things for anybody.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
what is important about those 3 bodies of water that links them together?
They're kind of connected to a prophecy.
Oh, bueno. And what is that prophecy, could we ask?
It's you see, it's kind of a like a I think it's okay. I don't know what you guys call it, but it's kind of like an end of the world type of thing. It's kind of like we kind of call it these Ascension Wars.
Bueno, continue. This is interesting.
And then you kind of hear like a clicking noise and like a crank because Vanessa has cranking something and she has like a cabled phone, like an old school phone that she's like, yeah, okay, let me talk to Armas. Yeah, it's about the thing. And I'm here now and there's people here from another reality and they want to get back. What do we do? Okay. And then while that's happening, Chauncey's like, well, okay, like there's also end of the world stuff for pretty much every supernatural thing.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think the werewolves call it apocalypse. And Senior Johnson's like, yeah.
So Gehenna.
Yeah, that's what you guys call it. Right.
Yes, that bullshit.
You see, it's not bullshit.
See, again, we're wandering off path. So, what do these three bodies of water have to do with this prophecy about the end of the world?
Well, they're connected to it by way of stuff is supposed to happen at each one of them, and it has something to do with like a pyramid. I don't know why it would mention pyramids. Doesn't make any sense. There's no pyramids around here.
Mhm. Bueno.
That's-
What is supposed to happen at each of these bodies of water?
It gets vague prophecies. You know, like it's
Oh, see.
souls of millions, death to everyone.
Like
know.
over there, yeah.
Blood for the blood god. See, skulls
Yeah.
for the skull throne. Now, is it an activity, or sorry, what would you say? I think, an action that must be taken to sacrifice souls there, or is it that something will happen there that will kill millions of people?
That's where it gets kind of vague. It talks
Mm.
about travelers from elsewhere.
And here
Great.
we are.
And what's the so what's the magic combination that stops it all?
That's what starts it all.
Mhm.
And then
So
you hear like
We
a
are the
clicking.
wings of the beaten butterfly.
There's a clicking noise, and Vanessa turns around. She's like, I got it. We need a Gehenna stone.
a
A
what's
what?
now?
What the fuck is a Gehenna stone?
A Gehenna stone. That's how we can get you back to your
Oh, was that all?
See, and what is
reality.
a Gehenna stone?
It's a stone?
Down. See?
Yeah.
Who's got it? Where is it?
Well, there's a bunch of different ones. From what I hear, Gehenna's kind of cyclical. So okay, and then she flips over the whiteboard again, and you can see a bunch of things. There's like a fork that doesn't seem connected with the three circles, but it is connected. She's like, we have to pull the plug on this. And the Gehenna stone is something to do with that. I think there's one in Italy. That's the last I've heard of one. Like Vienna-ish area.
Sorry, where? In Italy?
Yeah,
Where in Italy?
but somewhere around Vienna.
No,
It's
Vienna is
Austria.
not in Italy. Vienna is in Austria. Are you thinking Venice?
Yeah, that's the one. It was a V word.
None in the Great White North though.
I mean, there's probably one. Here, okay, I will take some time. Give me some time. I can construct something. I know a couple of different types of mages. We could probably get you something that, like a one of those like sticks that points you to water.
A
Dowsing
dowsing
rod?
rod.
Oh,
That's it. It could work for like the energies of this. It's really complicated. I'll give it to you. It'll show you where it is.
Gehenna stone, Venice.
all right. And is this something that you can get to? How long will it take you to get this to us?
A couple of days.
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't take
Abigail,
too long. Once I have all of the pieces, I'm gonna have to like raid your fridge upstairs, if you know what I mean. There's
all right.
a couple of components upstairs that I need. A couple of components elsewhere. You know, I can deal with this. I can do it.
Is there anything that we can do to help you speed this up?
Do you have access to the life sphere?
No.
I mean, no, I don't
Left
think
it in my
so.
other pants.
Seems like a weird thing for us types to be associated with something with life attached.
Then no.
I mean, it was just an offer, but thank you either way.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely see that you guys are all you're trying to help. You're trying to, yeah. hmm
Mr. Johnson, you got thoughts here?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
I mean, does your apocalypse prophecy, does this sound like anything that was, is it
It's-
similar in any way?
It's a prophecy, but it's the end of the world.
Okay.
Abigail turns to Chauncey. So, by sending your people to these 3 locations to
Mhm.
inspect them and help them, you have, in fact, actually caused the prophecy that you were trying to prevent by sending us there.
Yeah, it looks like.
Generally, how prophecies
Wow,
work.
that's wonderful. That's good to know.
I mean, we
Abigail's
thought
just
we were
frustrated.
avoiding it by sending your types. We thought it would be kicked in with changeling types, so we tried to avoid it. Yep.
See, that happens. There is no responsibility to be laid at anyone's feet. We are as
Oh,
responsible as the changelings are.
The dark
Oh no,
Father.
Again,
that's the
we keep
point is
dancing
that
off.
the point is that in order to be able to avoid these sorts of things in the future, we need to know how they were caused in the first place. And now we know that when we are sent,
Prophecies are not something that technically can be avoided in the future by not doing what has triggered this prophecy. Because what you are now saying is, if we live through this, we are never to leave our heavens again.
And you're Vanessa at this point.
Unless there's a prophecy that says if we don't leave our havens, the world ends. In which case, well, we've done that one too. Again, we're chasing the tails of the dog.
Vanessa pipes up at this point. Paradox. That's what it is. It's a paradox. Do you set off the prophecy by doing what it is in the future that you're not supposed to do, or
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
See, there are a couple of different arguments, but this is the gets us neither here nor there. I have an idea in mind. I don't know if it's a good idea in mind, but there is a singular pyramid involved. If the prophecy discusses pyramids, it's under the Heffel Fine Art Auction House, and it seems to be a key component in all of this going on. I have some explosives left. I think we'll just go blow up the fucking pyramid and be done with it.
but
If
that
we break the mechanism, maybe that will fuck it up, and maybe that will cause it to happen. I don't know. It's a prophecy. That's all I've got right now.
Didn't
I'm
that
in.
pyramid though lead to some place that was not too far from Venice?
See, but not in a manner that we could go necessarily, or not.
We had no way out of
easily.
the room.
Not
Fair.
easily. It is possible to do it, and hey, who knows? There might be
Maybe
a
this reality.
Gehenna stone at the other end of that underground tunnel. But all I have right now is let's break the mechanism and see whether that stops it or triggers it.
I'm in.
I mean, I'm willing to break things. What about you, Baron?
Oh, I'm down to break anything.
Now, if we go get this Gehenna stone, what good does that do us? And he's going to turn to Vanessa. What use is the Gehenna stone?
well, it's okay. Picture a giant cosmic bathtub.
Bueno.
The Gehenna stone is like the thing keeping all the water in the bathtub. So if we pull the Gehenna stone out, everything ends up in the sewers. And you might end up back in your own reality.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
So you're saying if you have the Gehenna Stone, then we will be able to go back to the place that we were and find our reality because the
That's the
Gehenna
theory,
Stone will.
yeah.
All right.
It's
So
a good theory. That
I mean,
is an alternate path that we could take then. So we have two options now: breaking shit or going to find the Gehenna Stone and
And then breaking shit.
unplugging the stopper.
Of
See,
the cosmic bathtub, yes.
see. So it's two options. I'm up for any other suggestions or options. There is a third option, which is that we, go down to the Winchester, have a pint, and wait until all of this blows over. That is always an option, to put our feet up and sit on the porch and watch what happens.
And Jude, she's kind of just been like, moving her eyes toward all the people that are talking and like giving this information, but like this distinct like weariness. And she's just like, I don't want to be responsible for prophecies and end of the world bullshit. This was not in the job description.
It's no one's responsible. It's just this shit happens. It appears we are damned if we did and damned if we did not. But we're vampires. We're already damned. So
That's
I'm good either way.
16 damned.
There's never been a time since I changed and I got hooked up with you all and I became the prince. There was never a time that I wanted to go back to Wisconsin and just milk some cows on the farm. But right about now, that doesn't seem so fucking bad.
See, now I don't know what the Duran is like in this reality, but I'm becoming frustrated enough. I'm just going to start drinking people down.
I mean, let's be honest, there is nothing stopping you from going back to Wisconsin and milking cows. There's nothing stopping any of us from doing anything, which is why Mordecai stands up, and I'm going to go to my car. And anyone wants to join me, I'm going to take a drive to the auction house. And one way or the other, we're either coming back with a stone, or we're burning that fucker to the ground.
We would need to know how to find a Gehenna Stone first, because we're going to walk through a tunnel, fall asleep, wake up when it is night in Italy, and then we're going to step out of a cave potentially. And if there's anything I remember about caves in Italy, there are stones all over the place. I could not tell you which one would be a Gehenna Stone and which one would be a hunk of granite.
We need the dowsing rod first.
That'll be a couple of days. I should actually go and finish that for you.
Thank you so much, Vanessa.
A couple of days, 2 days?
2 or 3 days, depending on how hard it is to get a hold of the components that I need.
Are there any components we can assist you with?
There's a few upstairs I can grab on the way out.
Take
I noticed.
Yeah, take them.
Okay.
If there's anything that money can help with or connections that we might have, let us know.
I could probably use money. Some of them are
How much?
kind of rare. I don't know. What's the going rate on the egg of a phoenix?
Oh, phoenixes are real.
Okay. You know what? Maybe Cassius can help with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll.
Yeah.
You have
Otherwise,
my number.
Let me know. Call my number. Ask for Diana. She will forward you the money.
Right. And then she somehow, you're not entirely sure how. It's one of those whiteboards that's on wheels. She actually reaches out to the sides of them and folds it all together and puts it in her pocket. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Grazie.
And she walks out. Yeah, I'm pretty much useless here. So I'm going to go
Who's saying that?
Senior Johnson.
Ah, okay.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you for being here.
Senor
not,
Johnson,
not see.
question. The agreement that is apparently active between yourself, the Garo, and the Kindred for Stanley Park. Can you clarify what that is, just so that we don't overstep when we have to go back there?
Well, Bub is in charge.
All
Where'd
right.
Magni go?
Who?
Yeah,
Never.
reality shift.
Doesn't
Ah.
matter. I just need to know what it is that we can and cannot do, so that
We
when
like
we
Bub.
are going and trying to get back to our own homes, we don't get them attacking us or anything like that.
As far as I know, you for some reason are able to go anywhere in there, with the exception of right by the aquarium.
All
That's-
right,
It's to be given a wide berth.
that's reasonable. Okay, so then we won't be attacked when we try and go back there. That is all I need to know. Good. Thank
Sure.
you.
It's up to him.
Well-
I don't have control over the sept in the area.
See,
Understood.
you do actually have there is a favor you could do for us that we would definitely see towards balancing down the road. When in 48 or 72 hours, when we go through under the Heffel auction house and wander off to Italy, we would appreciate if you would provide us with a small demolitions crew. Because if we are not there and things start, we would like someone else to blow up the pyramid.
All right. The auction house, you said, Heffel.
See,
Yeah.
we will provide the address in about 48 hours, and you can meet us there. This way, we can make sure it is all set up so that they don't prematurely blow it up while we're coming back with the Gehenna Stone if we find one.
All
But
right.
if things go south quickly and we do not find a stone, then potentially breaking shit might be the only way to handle it.
All right. I'll keep an eye out. I'll get the demolition crew
Bueno.
ready.
Bueno. And Senior Chauncey, as it was your prophecy, and
Technically, it's all of our prophecies.
See, but your Baroness kind of in doing this deal. What I would greatly appreciate from you is when we go through the tunnel under the Heffel to Italy, we are going to be stepping from night into day. Now we are protected because we're underground, but we're going to fall asleep very quickly. I would like you to provide 4 protectors so that when we go into day sleep suddenly, no one can come down that tunnel and cause havoc or issues. And when it becomes night over there, we can wake up, continue on, and your 4 bonded and trustworthy volunteers can just go back down the tunnel and go back home.
I'm gonna need like coordinates.
Oh, see.
Okay.
See.
Mm.
See. We will get you the address too. They can meet us at the Heffel.
I will make a few calls then. See who we've got in that area. Who isn't
Bueno.
a complete asshole.
That would be greatly appreciated. I would rather not wake up with, makeup, mustache, and things written on my forehead and stuff.
Let's be fair. There's a chance of that happening regardless.
I'm expecting that, but just 4 that we can trust to behave themselves at least marginally.
I'll see what I can do.
Bueno, grazie. That is greatly appreciated.
And those 2 wander off.
I think we are in the best place that we possibly can be for all that this is worth. I am going to go back to my haven and call Vienna and leave messages to find out what is going on there, because I hope that there is no indication that there is a independent alliance in this world. So my family may be still at full strength and be able to assist.
Potentially.
That's actually an interesting point.
So, just to clarify, game plan is go find the stone, come back, blow up the pyramid, and then go and try and find our way home using the stone. Correct?
Go find the stone,
Mhm.
come back and try to find our own reality. We only blow up the pyramid as a last option because it might cause things.
Fair
When
enough.
you break magical stuff, things do not always go well.
All right. So, we're not going to blow anything up if we make it back okay.
See,
Well, that's disappointing. I mean, it's not, but it is.
though once we are home, how we are going to prevent this whole thing from happening, I am beyond blowing up the pyramid. I do not know.
I think that
I mean,
you saw the
nice-
same convergence that I did at the pop casino.
See, one of the best potentials would be to get the Gehenna stone, find out how we can go back to our reality, blow up the pyramid, see what happens. If it goes to shit, we go, oh, well, we tried, see you later. And if it works, we can go, we will do that to back home. Kind of a win-win.
That sounds a little bit risky.
Hopefully not to us.
Hmm.
If we have to break a few realities to get back to ours and make it, continue on, then it's a prophecy. You never know.
Abigail has nothing left to say to all of this.
If I leave behind a crapshoot for this Duran, he knows what he's getting into. He's probably doing the same in whatever reality he's in.
Well, it doesn't matter what reality. You will reap what you sow eventually. So.
Oh, see, we always do.
It's at that point. It's probably a good time to cut off this episode unless there is other business.
Mordecai wants to go back to his mansion. And he's just
Jude wants to
secretly
go to the
praying that
mansion
there's
as
nothing
well.
wrong with it.
It's a giant clown show.
Bouncy castles as far as the eye can see.
Drops to his knees.
The entire thing is made of rubber, but not the rubber that Mordecai was expecting.
Not the fun rubber, no.
God.
So, thank you all for watching. Thank you for any bits or subscriptions you have felt. The generosity of sending our way is always appreciated. The money goes to people on screen for all of our various shows. So we'll do a quick round table and get you out to rolling these 20s. Let's go in the reverse order and start off over here with Cliff.
Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in. My name is Cliff. I have played Duran Giovanni, who's, I don't know, just pick a direction, go forward, and we'll see where we end up. Prophecies, we gotta love them, don't you? You can find me here on Saturdays for the Vampire Takeover with this amazing crew doing strange and interesting and wonderful things every week. You can find me every second Sunday on Dark Sanded Tabletop, periodically on Would Be Heroes when we get that back, though that's depending on technical stuff, which I'm also learning, and some other stuff that's coming down the pipe, hopefully rather soon. Otherwise, you'll find me on the internet as the Vintage GM, where you can find out what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, and Changeling the Dreaming, Toronto by Day, Tales from the Rookery will be coming back in the next couple of weeks. We're just starting to get back into season 3 after some of the cast have dealt with real life issues, which were a whole lot of not fun, but you know what? They're doing well, and that's the important part. So thank you. Stay healthy, stay fantastic, and we'll see you next week.
And Sarah.
Hi, my brain's feeling a little bit melty, but my name is Sara. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes. I'm a creative partner at Martlet Games. You would have seen this week the Fallout episode of London's Bleeding, my historical Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle that takes place in just post World War One London. This is our final season. We only have one more episode left, and then the epilogues. We're going to take a brief break before our finale to conquer the real big bad evil guy, which is scheduling. and then we'll be rounding out my chronicle where I am the ST. So I'm very much looking forward to everybody seeing that. It is Darthtober, so Steve, aka Darth Generico, over at Martlet has Sunday Fun for the month of October. Coming up tomorrow, you have Evil Dead, the video game, that they're going to be playing, a couple of people, and then after that, a pure homebrew game of 80s arcade and theme park madness called Insert Coin. So that's going to be a huge amount of fun. Other than that, you can just check out my socials to see what I'm doing. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.
And Mike.
Hey, you can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Twitter and TikTok, and CDN Captain America on Twitter. Canadian Captain America on TikTok, and what's the other one? Instagram. Other than that, yes, as Chris said, there are tech conflicts that are arising and have arisen. We're working our way through them with regards to would-be heroes. Both that and more of a scheduling issue and conflict. As anyone knows who's been wrangling players to try to get a new thing going, you have to basically strong arm cats into doing things, and it never works quite the way you want. So we're working on that, but we have a superhero thing that's soon possibly coming down the pipe, maybe, depending on scheduling and how fast I can learn a new system. So other than that, you can catch me on Saturdays with this ragtag bunch of ne'er-do-wells who are about to break the world. And we're on probably then just going to go skip over into Dimples and Dice's game. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. Beyond that, you can catch me guesting occasionally on other games as per needed. Cough, changeling, cough. And that's it for me.
And
Back to you, Bo.
Joe.
Hey everybody, I played Baron Vincent, last name redacted, of Clan Bruja, the Baron of Surrey. He's just chilling, minding this. He's really insulted that he was asked if he was a keeper of Elysium, and who doesn't like food wars? That just bothers him to his core. He is
Terrible
irritated.
reality.
How could you?
Let me off this reality. I'm going home. Yeah.
Yes, I want to go home. Catch me on my socials on Twitter as Nola Fanger _NOLA _Fanger, like Fangbanger from True Blood. That's where I got it. I'm a ST for Montgomery by Night and the creator, all persons of River Region Studios, and my players, because scheduling kills it. All of us been having to move stuff around, but we are rounding out season 2. They have a big bad that is of the demon variety. And the Sabbat that they have yet to tackle yet, but we're moving on there. Got a few more episodes for season 2, and yeah, follow me on those socials. I guess it'll pop up on this side. Okay, wherever your dreams may come true. Also, again, this reality sucks. Also, Gretchen's hot. Also, fuck the cam. Also, love the Tremere. Thank you.
Also, what day and time is Montgomery by Night?
Oh, Montgomery by Night is streamed on, well, we could do it live on Fridays at about 6 o'clock Central, so 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. But we kind of buttress up with New York by Night, so like when they end, we kind of get the backflow, which I don't mind. But yeah, follow us. We have lots of fun. Where I torment my players with craziness, and they had a steaming situation last night. So there's that. There's a lot of thirsty vampires in that show. But yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next time, hanging out with these ragtag people. And also, vote for Jude. Jude's awesome.
We have that T-shirt in the merch shop over there. And Joanna.
Hello, my name is Joanna. You will find me on the internets, on Twitter under Herd Rule Gardener. And other than that, you will find me here on Saturdays with this amazing, amazing group of people who are just amazing to actually work with all the time. All the time. I appreciate them. So, on to you, Steve.
This guy's Storyteller Steve. This is a cat. Go check out our merch shop. There's sales that go on there occasionally, every once in a while. We are trying to get up to 1,500 subscribers on our YouTube, so head on over there, check it out. We've got a contest. If you subscribe on YouTube or if you follow us on Twitch, that's where we are right now. We're Twitch. You get an entry into the contest. If you subscribe to us on Twitch, which is a different thing than subscribing on YouTube, you actually have to spend money for that one. Or if you have the Amazon Prime stuff, that gets you 2 entries. Or if you become something called a member on YouTube, which is $3, that will get most of the money coming over to us. You get 2 entries. So you've got many, many different ways of entering this particular contest. We only have a few people that are members right now on YouTube, so your chances are pretty high if you do the membership / subscriber option. So yeah, try to do that, and we will get you over to Philly by Night in just a few seconds. This cat's getting kind of put down at this particular moment. And yeah, check out our merch shop, and we will see you next week with this reality. If it is this reality, who knows? We will see you next week, and see you over in the Philly by Night chat.